Oh, Apple, why? Why? Why do you make the coolest, fastest, and most pro-iest Macs and then make them not that way? Alrighty, so story numero... I don't know why I said it that way. Story numero uno. Real plain and simple. Apple has ruined the new Mac Pro. It's dead, and I hate it. Well, kinda. Maybe. Ish. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let me explain. Okay, let's just calm down, take a couple deep breaths. So yesterday, on Sunday, as with most Sundays, Mark Gurman crawled out of his hole and said, "The Mac Pro won't get the M2 Extreme chip. Sorry." Apparently, according to Mark, not a goblin, Gurman, Apple has scrapped all plans for the M2 Extreme chip because... monies. Both because it will cost so many monies to make, engineer, manufacture, support, and also monies because it would apparently cost so much money, so many monies for you, for us, to buy. Gurman estimates that a Mac Pro with just an M2 Extreme tacked on, which is effectively just two M2 Ultra chips glued together with like thoughts and prayers. Just that alone would cost around $10,000. If you want it, you would have to spend $10,000. That is a 1 with 4 entire zeros after it. Listen, I'm a man of the people, so let's break this down. Let's examine just how much $10,000 really is. If we take a standard unit of measurement, a Big Mac meal from McDonald's, we can see that a Mac Pro with an M2 Extreme chip inside of it would cost 1,113.6 Big Mac meals. That is not worth it. I will say it again, that is not worth it. And also, how dare you, Tim? So, what are we left with then? Well, that means that the Mac Pro will be coming with something like an M2 Ultra chip, which, if you're following along at home, is just a slight improvement over M1 Ultra, you know, what the Mac Studio already has in it. I am absolutely, positively, tootally-lootily flabbergasted by this information. Why would we need a giant-ass cheese grater thing to fit this in if it's just gonna be the thing that we already got? Have you seen how small the Mac Studio is? I can barely fit my lunch in it. If we put all that in a giant cheese grater design, what's with all that space, Tim? What are we gonna do with it? Rent it out for extra Airbnb money? We joke. To be fair, there are rumors of like a smaller version of the cheese grater thing, but either way, my point still stands, all right? This is my show, not yours. You don't make the rules. I do. Whatever. Mark still says that though they have backtracked and canceled the M2 Extreme thing, they are still working on a Mac Pro with some serious specifications. This is a quote. I'm quoting the person, the guy, Mark Gurman, because he went back in his hole and I don't have a choice. I gotta quote him because he's not here to tell you. Including up to 24 CPU cores, 76 graphics cores, and the ability to top out the machine with at least 192 gigabytes of memory. So yeah, fast. Go vroom. Real fast. But here's the problem. If you didn't know, you can buy a Mac Studio right now, spec'd with an M1 Ultra that has a 20-core CPU, 64-core GPU, and tops out at 128 gigabytes of RAM. So that's like 75 to 80% of a new Mac Pro, or what will be the new Mac Pro already. Will it really make that big of a difference? Because I don't really think so. I think it's not a lot difference. If you are a performance boy and cannot wait until you get your hands on a super duper fast Apple Silicon Mac, you may as well just wait for the new Mac Pro to come out, I guess, and save a few $1,000 and buy a fully spec'd out Mac Studio instead. Come on, Timothy, is it really that much to ask? Just give me the fastest, speediest, pro-iest cheese grater that money can buy. I want it, I need it. All right? I want to put it inside me. I want to grate my asshole. See, why do you make me say these things in the script? We could just cut it out. I could not say it, but here I am. I have no self-respect. There is so much information out there, too much. I don't have the time. I don't want to read and try to figure out what I should trust and what I shouldn't trust. What if you had someone to do it for you? Well, it's kind of not like a someone. It's more like a something. Today's sponsor. Today's episode is sponsored by Ground News. And I'm really excited about this because, full disclosure, this is the news platform that I personally use every day. It puts all of the world's media in one place. With just a click or a swipe, I can compare how stories are being covered by different news outlets in real time. And here's why I use it. Because you know how news outlets can all be reporting on the same exact thing, the same facts, but somehow the story is saying different things based on who was the one reporting it. I don't like that. With Ground News, every single story, I get data-driven analysis of the coverage. I can see bias, factuality, and ownership ratings for the news outlets reporting on a story. So get your news the way that I get my news. Visit ground.news/FPT and subscribe for unlimited access. Right now, get a holiday discount of 35%. That's a lot of percent on their Vantage plan. Of course, all links are down in the description, and a huge thanks to Ground News for sponsoring this episode of Okay, welcome back. Last story. Story numero lasto. Twitter. We gotta talk about it. Wait, what are you doing? No. You were about to click away, weren't you? How dare you? We're gonna provide as even-handed of a story as possible here, because I know we have people on both sides. People that agree with how Elon is running Twitter, and people that they don't do that. They don't agree. This just needs to be talked about. So, over the weekend, yesterday, Twitter abruptly made some changes, you could say, outright banning external links to, primarily competitors. This is directly from the Twitter support account. I'm not making this up. This is real life. We recognize that many of our users are active on other social media platforms. However, we will no longer allow free promotion of certain social media platforms on Twitter. So yeah, this included links to some big other websites like Facebook, Instagram, Mastodon, True Social, if you use that, post, and some, you get the point. And if you tried to post these links, maybe say in your bio, or if you tried to share the links in a tweet, no, you weren't allowed. It just outright did not let you do that. From what I understand, links to like content creation websites, those were still allowed, like YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's a lot. That's a lot all at once. The reaction has been I can't even say mixed. It's been pretty bad. People are not a fan. If we want to look at this change objectively, you could say that this was to curb spam and attempt to limit people using Twitter as an intermediary site, just to funnel users to other social media. Okay, fine. However, in practice, this change feels like a little much. It feels like it could hurt a lot of users. Like even links to something simple like Linktree, not allowed. Rarely do we have accounts that are just solely using Twitter to promote other things. Twitter's just an extension of whatever they're doing. And of course they want links to Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, the other sites. You get what I mean? And this is one of the first changes that have come to Twitter where most people were like, oh, okay, that's a lot. That's a little bit too much, bud. Also, just as a fun little treat, this is a tweet from Elon that was posted in June. The acid test for any two competing socioeconomic systems is which side needs to build a wall to keep people from escaping. That's the bad one. Anyway, the feedback, the response from all this was so bad that Elon actually responded. He seemingly apologized in this tweet, and then threw down a poll asking if he should step down as the head of Twitter. And right now, the majority answer for this is, yes. Now, the next part of the show gets a little spicy, right? So if you don't like spicy things, just stop watching now. You don't gotta watch the rest. You are dismissed. See you tomorrow or whatever. But for the rest of you who have stayed, listen, I'm not saying that this is what's happening. I would never say something like that. But this is rather convenient timing. See, the Tesla board is not very happy with Elon for reasons. And they're exploring removing him as CEO of Tesla. This is something that maybe not all of you know, so here you go. I'm putting it in front of you. Actually, no, I'm not. Alex is. It sort of seems like Elon knew the result of this, knew what was going to happen, and set this up as a way to leave Twitter to go back and save his position at Tesla while making it look like he just honored the word of the people in a simple Twitter poll. Again, I am not saying that. I did not say that. Alex said that. Didn't you, Alex? Yeah. For 1776. Like I said, it's kind of spicy. Not all of you like spicy stuff, so take this however you want. But I'm very interested and what you have to say. And if you want to talk about it right now, you can check out our official Discord server where we already have hundreds of people talking about this episode as it goes out. Also, I'm there too, and Brian, so hi in advance from us. Also, since we're in the spicy part, almost forgot to mention this part. In a reply to this offering in a Twitter poll to step down as the head of Twitter, he also mentioned that there is no successor. There's just him. And then proceeded to tweet, "Be careful what you wish for," which oddly and vaguely seems like a threat. Like if you step down and there's no successor, like are you saying you're just going to delete it? Like you're just going to delete the site? Because if so, no, I'm going to delete me first. Here go. Ha-ha! Nice try, spaceman.